Before we start the video, we are using Sony cameras and lenses to record everything that you see in this video. So thank you, Sony. There are a lot of headphones out there to choose from. You got Sony's, Apple, Bose, Sennheiser, and the list goes on. But one brand that most people, myself included, overlook is JBL. They are practically the official portable speaker of the streets. Everyone and their mother owns one. I had the JBL Clip 3 when I served my mandatory military service, and it did the job for me and about 13 other guys in my bunk and lasted a good 5 years if my memory serves me right. JBL is trusted by everyone in the speaker department, so when it came to trying out the Live 780 NC, I knew I was in good hands. I tested these out over the course of a month, and there's a lot of good in this with a few things that need to be addressed, which I'll get into later on. But off the bat, these offer a decent level of comfort, great sound for bass hits out of the box, lots of customization options in-app, and a crazy long battery life. For their design, it's pretty chic and clean and would go with most outfits, I'd say. The JBL logo is on both sides of the headphones, and they are thankfully small and stealthy. I never like companies that blast their logos on the sides. If companies want people to know what brand these headphones are, their design should sell it, and JBL has done that. Personally, I am not a big fan of how these look like because I prefer cups that are more full, like the XM5s and the Sennheiser HDB 630, and by full I mean, they really are encompassing the entire thing over here. There's no gap in between the cups and this bit over here, so the entire thing should be full. But I can see how this clean, almost playful look would appeal to just about anyone. The headband is a soft silicone, the ear pads are plush with a leatherette finish, which are all comfortable in their own right, but coupled in with its clamping force, feels like a very tight cushion. I've let out other writers who have smaller heads than I do try them on, and the clamping force is the first, if not among the first things that they've noticed. Please let me know when the clamping force starts to do that one.
I mean, doesn't have to take very long. I think you can feel it kinda right off the...
Like right now?
Like I wouldn't say right off the bat lah, but it's that feeling that you get when the clamping force is coming in.
No, but can you feel it right now?
No, I can't feel it yet.
Can't feel it yet.
Yet. I mean, by wearing specs, I can feel it more on the right side though, more so than on the left. Yeah, it's in. It's kicking in.
It's kicking in right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not very bad though. Tolerable still.
Let me know if you feel the clamping force or any kind of discomfort.
I mean, there's already a slight clamping force lah, but I'm quite used to it. But like, I think for me, it's because I'm not used to wearing headphones, so the cups feel a bit hot.
But the clamping force is setting right now, right?
Not yet, but I'm used to.
But you can feel it.
Yeah, I can feel like definitely there's like my skull is being pushed.
I have a big head, so when you stretch out the band like this, you know you're in for a slightly less fun time. Look at that, there's quite a bit of bend. Even if I extend these all the way out, that is quite a bit. And it's not even covering my ears properly. I'd still need to tighten it up a little bit, and then that's when I start to feel the clamping force on my head. It took an hour-long commute to the office for me to feel the clamping force creeping into the zone of discomfort. So in order to curb that, I need to wear a cap or put my hoodie on to soften the force. I do recommend you try these on before you commit to them. They weigh in at 260 grams, which are pretty light in my book. The latest Sony XM6s are 254 grams, the Nothing Headphone A is 310 grams, and the AirPods Max 2s are 386 grams, so the JBL Live 780 NCs are doing good. The metal sliders feel robust and are easy to adjust. The headphones as a whole can be folded flat to slot into whatever bag you got without taking too much space. Now, let's talk controls. I like JBL's approach with having actual buttons and sliders rather than relying solely on touch controls. You have volume control on the left cup, and on the right, you have the power slider that goes into Bluetooth control and an ambient ANC control button below that. The only thing that's touch control on these headphones are its media playback options. You can tap on the ear cup to play your songs, pause them, and answer calls. I do like how intuitive these headphones are when it comes to Bluetooth pairing. From the off position of the power slider, you slide it down to turn the headphones on, slide it down further and hold it there to switch it to Bluetooth pairing mode. Most headphones like Sony require you to have the headphones turned off first, and then you have to hold down the power button that is also the Bluetooth button for about 7 seconds to put the headphones into pairing mode. Nobody really likes having to look for instructions online on how to pair your headphones when you do forget, so the more intuitive the better. And back to the JBLs, when you want to turn these headphones off, just slide the power button all the way up. No more second guessing. If you've pressed the power button long enough, just slide it all the way. Also, there's an auto power off option in the app, so that's useful if you forget things easily or approach your life with reckless abandon. These are very easy to use and comfortable for the most part, but what could make things even more comfortable is a Secretlab chair. At Geek Culture, Secretlab is our everyday ergonomic buddy. Whether we're making videos, writing up a storm, or gaming for hours on end, we are comfortably seated and feel right at home without the aches and pains. Secretlab provides ergonomic support from head to toe, with a dynamic lumbar support system that adapts to your movements, along with a proprietary medium foam cushioning that optimizes pressure distribution. They even have accessories like the ergonomic recliner add-on to keep your legs elevated and well rested at any angle you like. For more information, check out secretlab.co. Now, the JBL Live 780NC packs in 40mm drivers with a frequency response of 10 to 40 kHz, which allows for high-res audio. It having Bluetooth 6.0 allows for LE audio and LDAC codecs. These sound relatively good out the box, but the bass is a little, if not very overbearing for most people, which requires tweaking the EQ. Listening to a track like It's Probably Me by Sting sounds unnecessarily bassy without the tweaked EQ turned on, but when you play more bass-centric genres like hip-hop and R&B and so on, is where these headphones shine. Besides the bass, treble and mids coming clean and clear, imaging is pretty accurate, and the soundstage feels wide. Honestly, for its price point, it sounds like it costs much more, which was a nice surprise. I played Arc Raiders and Marathon with these as well, and their beefier low end does nicely to accentuate gunshots. The accurate imaging allows for you to pick up direction of footsteps, and overall made my gaming experience a lot more enjoyable. Lots of gaming headphones come off as muddy and way too bassy. I think these JBLs are exactly what players would want to use for both gaming and the day-to-day. Also, just a quick bit, the EQ has 10 bands for you to customize to your liking, which is fucking great. Something I did not expect from JBL, and it's more than welcomed, because everyone gives less than 5 or just 5 alone, which is, I don't know, man. Speaking of day-to-day, ANC is fantastic at cancelling out the lower end of noise, but like many headphones out there, it won't completely cancel out sounds and voices at higher frequencies, like train announcements and sirens. But with everything else, the 780NC's ANC is more than serviceable. Battery life, what the f***? Its battery life is monstrous. 80 hours of playtime without ANC and 50 hours with ANC turned on. And if that isn't enough, 5 minutes of quick charge will give you 4 hours of playback, presumably without ANC. I've only charged these headphones about twice in the last 4 weeks, and because I only listen to music on my commute to and from work. So that means 5 days a week, 2 trips a day. Each trip is an hour long, which means I use them for about 40 hours with ANC turned on. And again, these are rated for 50 with ANC. Even using them throughout our workday barely made a dent in its battery life. For comparison, the Sony XM6 battery life is 30 hours with ANC on. The Bose Ultra QCs are 24 hours with ANC turned on. That's the same amount of time with the Nothing Headphone A with ANC turned on. Safe to say, you're not going to need to worry about battery life at all. Now, talking about the microphones, they are dual beamforming mics, so that means 4 mics in total. There's also an AI trained algorithm that backs it up so as to create the clearest sound possible. On top of all that, the app has EQs for the microphone and for the incoming audio, which you don't really see happening in other headphones or headphone apps. Anyway, here are some samples. First up, we have the natural EQ for the microphone. This is happening right now. I'm speaking with the natural EQ set in the JBL headphone app. So this is what you're hearing right now. This is the natural EQ. This is the powerful EQ for the microphone that you're listening to right now. This is how it sounds like when I'm speaking with the powerful EQ option in the JBL headphone app. Once again, this is the powerful option. I'm speaking in an office environment. There is some flickering tracking going on around me. There's a door being closed on my left side. This is how the powerful EQ sounds like. Lastly, this is the bright EQ on the JBL headphone app. This is how it sounds like. This is the bright EQ. Let me know which EQ you think is best for you in the comment section below. There are a total of 3 EQs in the app, so let me know which one's your favorite. Again, this is the bright EQ in the JBL headphone app. I'm on the actual was a few sounds using the microphone. Perform like in one of the noisier tunes. This is how it sounds like. Try to think of the isolation of the voice and how much it does to suppress the noise. This is how these are going to Now, going into the app, I am very impressed with how much is packed into this app, or rather the entire package that includes the headphones. For starters, there are again 10 bands to play around in the EQ, and there are also 6 presets if you're unsure on how to set your own. So far, I've been sticking with my own EQ because you really need to tweak the low end in order to achieve some balance. Even the studio option is too bassy for my liking, especially the bass and extreme bass options. Good lord. Just compare my graph to the jazz and bass options. So with how much I've lowered the bass, which is in the left hand side of the region, you can get an idea of how bassy these headphones really are. The other thing that stands out is the inclusion of a relaxed mode that plays ambient sounds like a campfire burning, a stream of water, waves at a beach, a rather cricket infested nighttime, and the forest. You can layer them to create your own dream relaxing scenario, and there's even a slider for a timer that goes up to an hour. So it's a nifty tool if you want to take a little break from work and stuff. For some reason, the nighttime option is pretty loud. And I wish there was a separate way to control volumes for each scenario. Overall, these JBL Live 780NC is an easy choice to make. You should pick them up. They sound pretty close to headphones that cost $100 or heck $200 more. It's very bassy, which means it's perfect for your average Joe, especially people who work out, because you'll feel it in your bones. The app is full of nifty features. There are enough EQ presets for anyone to customize their experience, and it has a great battery life, an amazing battery life. Only things to note are its clamping force, so if you're thinking of getting them and have a chance to try them on prior, please do that. And the other thing to look out for is its bass, and it is pretty damn bassy, so just make sure to adjust that in the EQ. Would you want to get them? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like what we do, make sure to follow us on all of our socials right here. We put up stuff daily, and if you would like to, maybe leave a like and subscribe to us. It helps the channel out a lot. This has been Zin, and if you want to see more stuff, check this out.